Cabin crew, please be seated for takeoff.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to be the first to welcome you to Honolulu International Airport, serving the island of Oahu. For your continued comfort and safety, we do ask that you remain in your seats, your seatbelts securely fastened, your carry-on luggage stowed into the aircraft is parked at the gate. We do hope if your future travel plans call for air travel, that Delta Airlines and its codeshare partners may once again be of service to you. For those of you residing here in the Hawaiian Islands, we'd like to welcome you home. For those of you visiting, making any connections, have a safe and pleasant stay here or your final destination. Once again, mahalo nui loa for your choice of Delta.
I left the country that literally 6 years raised me. Even though I was born in the States, but living in Syria changed me to a better man, wiser guy, grown enough to handle my life. But I wish that I died and walk outside the country that showed me light. ما بنسى لا كيف بدي انسى, packing my bags, taking the plane, farewell, and leaving the friends that need me today. Memories kill me, موجوع بكل شارع في ذكرى على قولة متذكر لكيف معقول انسى. كلنا تفرقنا done ببلاد الغربة رحنا gone. Take me back, it wasn't my choice. Everywhere I go I can hear their voice. Friends, family, you هلا I'm left all alone. بس كله جديد من friends وحتى الcontacts on my phone. أنا غريب, بيتي تغير, ما في حدا قريب. كله جديد, the roads are different, rules change, living furious, working hard, paying bills, كله قالب serious. بدي بيتي القديم رجعوني, كرهان أنا الجديد. That we would hang, chill around and laugh all day. One phone call would get us together, standing in the same place. Man, I don't want the car no more, neither the money or the fame. Take me back to a Thursday night, رفقات كلنا مجتمعين. And Friday goes for the family, grandparents, aunts, حتى بالعيد أحلى سهرات, أكبر حفلات. بس مين هون حاسس فيك, you're on your own now. Wake up, go to work and straight back home. Live on your own, study by yourself, spend your day on stocking shelves. Levels change, live routine, once a prince and then he fades cold. الكل بيلومك بيقولوا مبسوط, نسيان رفقاته عنن مشغول. But it's really difficult, no one understand that it's much different. والله مقهور مجبور بالغربة, بقيت لحالي مو مذكور. بس يلا راجع, I'll be back. Friends وأهلك, don't be sad. I feel bad like I'm ashamed, walk out the land that gave me fame. بس يلا راجع, حتشوفوني حامل أغراضي لكي يستنوني. استقبلوني, اشتقت لكم كتير على أرضي بلادي راجع.
I brought in Dan Klalifa today so that you all can meet the man behind the music. He's a very passionate young man, loves his country and loves America, and so I'd like to introduce you to him right now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my new friend, Dan Klalifa.
How are you today?
Hi, Dan. I'm really happy that you were able to come by and share some time with us here today in Guilford at GCTV. We're all wondering, everyone that's heard your song, what inspired you to become a rapper to begin with?
It pretty much started, like what inspired me is everything that I've been through. You know, I've always had a great vocabulary in English, and my words, you know, I've always used to like write poetry, lyrics, and just everything that I've been through, what I've seen and what I've known, like from living in America, going back to Syria and then coming back here.
Okay, well, on that same note, why don't we talk about where were you born originally?
I was born in Brooklyn, New York,
Okay.
1996.
And then when did you go over to Syria to live there?
I visited it like maybe twice, pretty much, but then I went back in 2005 in December
And I believe you lived there for quite a while.
for like 7 years, pretty much.
And the reason for your trip there and the reason for your stay there, is that because your parents are from that country?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we had some stuff going on, so you know we went back there. We pretty much got stuck. You know, they liked it there. You know, more. We got in school there, so you know we just couldn't just like leave and go back. You know, we really didn't have anyone back there. You know,
Okay.
so we just stayed there for like. We thought it was gonna be like a year or two, so it went for like 7 years.
Well, is that where your parents' family lives at this time? Okay, and so you have a lot of distant relatives that live
Oh,
there
yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
So aunts, uncles, cousins, that kind of thing?
Yeah, everyone.
Oh, cool. So when you were over there, it was probably in your early teens, right? Am I
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So your 6-year period of time was during a lot of the formative years that you were in school there
Yeah.
and here. Who did you live with? What was your family like? I mean, your typical get-together with relatives and so forth. Who would have been there?
Like who would have been there for me mostly?
Yeah, just
friends.
your support of your family and friends. Like,
Family, and I mean, they weren't really involved. I didn't really, keep them updated on everything that I was doing. It was just my own thing that I wanted to keep, like, just my own life.
mm-hmm.
So, but friends really that supported me the most.
Right.
Friends, a little bit of family from here, there.
Well, not so much even your career. Obviously we all need our friends to back us up on that, and our
Yeah.
parents are always looking out for our best interest. And so becoming a rap artist might not have been exactly what they had in mind for
Yeah,
you.
no.
But I'm talking about like moral support. The same thing kids do with their families around here. They get together and they either do some kind of activities on the weekends or.
Yeah.
What was life like in Syria?
Well, we were just a, family just like any other. I had to work, my brother had to work. We would pretty much go down to my dad's shop every day. We'd work there, help him out all the time. School during the year, every once in a while we'd go out like a family picnic and stuff like that.
Oh.
It was just like any other family. But I was really pretty much more involved like with friends and stuff like that more. I was pretty much either you find me with my friends or at school.
Oh, okay. We're going to get more to the career in a minute, but one of the reasons why I'm doing this interview and not the kids in Up to Something cast, which they love to do interviews, and I can't wait for them to meet you. I really felt that it was important for you to be able to share with our viewers things that might be a little bit disturbing to talk about with the kids. Now, they are very aware of what's going on in the news, and they're, to be honest, they're horrified by it. Everyone is. Our hearts are pouring out to your people in your country. But what I want to find out from you is, do you have any memories of actual life in Syria that you saw things that have affected you in a way that bring to mind, some.
Yeah. A lot of that, like when all the the revolution started, it wasn't as bad as as like right now, but I witnessed the whole thing for like pretty much 2 years.
Wow.
So right before I left, the last like 5-6 months, yeah, I've saw like a lot of stuff.
Well, if you don't mind, why don't you talk to us a little bit about that? Just the main reason, again, is to help us understand here what really is going on over there, because they give us news, but we're never really sure if it's filtered or not. But this is a reality format here.
Yeah, of what I've seen, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, pretty much, I'm always out with my friends, just, sitting in a park, doing our thing, just, some singing, some, dancing and all that. Just see like a lot of people, you see like people protesting outside, like right near the park or something. Then you see like a lot of cops pass by, just like pack them all up like in one car and take them away, and you pretty much don't know anything about them then. They might come back, might not. And like when during just a regular day when like a protest is on, you could hear gunshots, you could see like militaries in shooting and stuff. I literally saw people down to the ground too.
Wow.
Yeah.
That must have been hard for you as a child.
Yeah.
And was that nearby where you lived and went to school?
Well, like a 15 to 20 minute away from my house. Yeah. But yeah, all around.
But where your friends are hanging out, you see that right in front of you. How do you react when something like that happens? What do you do?
You either like run to the safest place, because like at the time all like the stores like shut down immediately, so you gotta like catch up to like run in and be safe, or you just gotta run somewhere. Like you can't stay there, because if they're in the same place, you're gonna be you're gonna be like taken out.
Wow. So speaking of taken out, like you said that some people go away and you may or may not see them again.
Yeah.
What do you think happens to them?
Well, killed, tortured till death, pretty much.
Do you know anyone that's happened to?
Yeah, I have a lot of friends that are gone. Maybe just one of them came back. He's like one of my best friends.
Wow.
He's been they like took him off a checkpoint for like 2 to 3 weeks, pretty much. Then he finally got out.
But they tortured him?
Yes, they did. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they did.
I know this might be hard for you, but I mean, and trust me, I don't want to really portray you as being someone that's going to use that to move yourself forward in your career, but you have a lot of passion in your lyrics, and this has to come from somewhere. Yeah. So if you can describe, some of your friends never came back, but this particular friend did, and he told you what really happens when they torture you.
Well, yeah, he like talked a little bit about it, because everything is like, they can, if we're whether on Skype or any other like internet connection that we can talk on, everything is like they spy on it pretty much. So like nothing's no danger on me, but on him. We don't want him to be taken away. But when we were Skyping, he showed me all the bruises and like cuts on his body and hands and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's horrible. And you must have really felt like helpless, because you couldn't really do anything to help him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I did all I can. I mean, connections and stuff to ask about him.
My heart goes out to you, because no kid should have to be involved in that, and you guys and all your friends live with that all the time. Now tell me what's going on with the chemical weapons being used.
Yeah.
Do you have any knowledge firsthand of somebody that you were friends with, or some family members that have seen this and has contacted you in current times, like right now?
Like,
what's really going on, basically? That's what the kids want to know here. Tell us the truth.
The people that are protesting, like, they want the right of freedom for themselves, to protest and to get out and, say what they have on their mind and, to get what they want. The military is pretty much, attacking. We have other people other than the military, attacking. I don't want to put it all on the military, like the Syrian army, but you have a lot of people, like, just, it's like a melting pot right now, you know what I mean? Like, there's, like, a lot of different people in Syria. You don't know who's the free army, you don't know who's the president's army, you don't know who's, like, the good or the bad.
So it's chaotic.
Yes, it is, yeah.
Now, can you tell me what is life as a kid there now, like compared to what you're doing here? Like some of the lyrics, I noticed you felt bad about having to, be here and know that your friends and family are suffering right now. Can you help the kids and all of us understand the difference between life here on the shoreline of Connecticut versus what's going on over there right now?
It's really like, if I would want to go back, not right now. Like, I mean, I wouldn't survive there if I'd go back right now. But like, if everything was okay from living back there and living here, I got all my friends over there. all like the memories, people that I grew up with pretty much like from the age of 9 to 16 or 15. You know, everything that I grew up on and everything that I know about, the reason why I started rapping and everything that happened to me in, that age is all back there, I barely, I left America when I was like 9 years old, so it doesn't really leave me much memories back here.
The one thing that stood out to me when you just said that the people protest for freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a lot of people take that for granted here in this country because we've grown up never having to worry about being free. Can you tell me what are some of the freedoms that we have here that we take for granted every day that you and your friends and family do not have when you're in Syria, especially right now?
I mean, you could say whatever you'd like. You could talk about whatever you'd want. Like nobody would tell you what to say or what not to say. You have freedom. Like if you would go out to protest against something that, like a president came out with a speech or anything, nobody's gonna bother you, right? You're free. But there, now a lot of people are doing it, right? Because it's like, chaotic back there. But at the beginning, if somebody in the street would like hear you listening, talking about anything that has to do with like politics or anything like that, you'd probably be like taken away, right? Like at the moment in the street, wherever you were, from your house, from your job, whatever they do to take you out.
So freedom of speech is one of the most important things to
Yeah.
people in Syria. You can't even say what's on your mind without getting hurt.
Yeah, if it's not like, one-on-one on, like in a house, right? You can't do all that in public.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is really important for me to allow you to first explain what's going on in there, but also I really feel very proud of the fact that we have a venue here for you to express yourself. So in the next coming couple of days, we're going to be recording Danny's music video, and just one of the many songs that he has written and produced. And we're hoping that through this video, getting to know him, that you'll take a look at it and then make it go viral, because I think that he's a talented, passionate young man and has a lot to say, and we should listen. I just think that it would be really important that everyone could all pitch in and send it out to everybody that you know. Now, one more thing that I wanted to ask you is your goals from this point on. Now, you've been through an awful lot. You say you've lost a lot of your friends that are still contacts on your phone, but they're gone. They're just out of your life, and you'll never see them again. That is so painful for the normal person.
Yeah.
And usually what happens is you become depressed and you go within. I want you the kids to get to know you so that they can have an example as to what ways you can positively deal with depression and anger. And so through your music, or maybe someone's skateboarding or whatever it is that they do, they can channel that depression and that sadness into a positive way. So when we have you perform and the kids are all going to be involved in the production of it and everything, it's going to be a lot of fun. That's one of the things I wanted to do. But from this moment on, like once you start getting your music out there and people start hearing it a lot more, what is your goal from there?
Just to continue, like to do what I've always wanted to do. Like this is like my dream, so I'm just gonna keep on, talking for my country, saying what should be done right, always, my opinion. And this is like the best way to express my feelings, to say what I've always wanted to say. Like this is what I can say what I couldn't say in the past.
Yeah, that's really important.
Yeah.
I noticed that one of your lyrics was about you don't even care about the car anymore. That like when you're a little boy, of course you want a cool car, but things have changed in perspective for you.
Yeah, like when I came up here, back in Syria, it's now like who's with and who's against. I'm not with and I'm not against the president or the regime or anything. I'm just like I'm against blood,
Right.
because I have a lot of friends that are with and against, and I'm not with either of them.
Well, I have a question to ask you then, and I have to tell you that I want you to think about this. If suddenly someone came to you and handed you a magic wand, like, a Harry Potter wand or something like that, and said that you, Danny, could go over to Syria and fix the problem and wave that wand, from the youth, that's where our future is, that's where our hope is. So from your perspective right now, if you could go over there and say something or do something to make the blood go away, to make the pain stop, what do you think you could do, if anything?
I would give people freedom, but not the freedom that a lot of people are asking for right now, as like killing. I would give it like freedom has rules. You know, like you're free, I'm free, but your freedom doesn't allow you to go kill people.
Right.
So there, I'll give them freedom because like if I'd say just keep everything as it is, and people like really want revenge so much that some people their kids died, their mom went in like a big mosh pit or whatever. So like people want their revenge back no matter what. So it's really hard to solve it. There's people want this, other people want this, groups of people want this. So
Do you think that there is hope for peace? I mean, do you think there is a chance that maybe they could be educated to the fact that the only way that peace can happen is if everybody puts their weapons down?
yes, I mean, but there is still going to be hate a lot, like from the civilians to the government, because like if it happened to me, like if I had a son or something, like I still have friends that are gone, and I still have hate towards them, like he's gone, there's nothing they can do to do like to bring him back.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's a wise perspective because hate breeds hate. I think I heard that in church this past Sunday morning. Violence breeds violence, so you're only going to get more.
yeah, and
violence
plus
out of
like
it.
if everything went back like to peace, they're going to need like at least another 10 years or maybe even more to rebuild all the places like that they destroyed.
Right.
Like big towns that they just like they're all on the ground. So
Well, you said something about a grandmother in a mosh pit. We've seen some videos of mass graves and that sort of thing.
yeah.
I know it's hard, but if you can express anything that helps us understand the real picture that you've seen or you've heard about that has affected you.
That I've seen back in
Yeah.
Syria. Once I was in like the shop with my dad, so it was like a really like big coincidence that the army and the rebels, like they met up each other, like it was not planned. So then they like start attacking each other. People, like cars from here, people from here, tanks from here. So when they start shooting at each other, I see people just like dropping to the ground, until like like it was like who's the last man standing, and then they left. Everybody was on the ground. All like the ambulance cars and stuff came to pick them up.
Wow.
Yeah,
How old do you think you were when that happened?
15,
Wow.
Yeah.
Not too long ago. That's 2 years ago.
pretty much. Yeah.
That's a fresh memory for you.
Oh, yeah.
That wound is really fresh.
Oh yeah.
And to be that close to it, you must have been really scared.
Yeah, I was just like standing out there like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I want you to say that because we have things that we get scared about every day in this world, and that's huge. It's hard for a kid who's 15 years old in Guilford, Connecticut to imagine how scary that would be. So I want them to see that you have moved past that, and you didn't go back for vengeance, and you didn't think that the only answer to the solution of the problem is more killing.
Yeah.
I want them to see that, and I'm really proud that I got to know you already here today, and we've got a lot of things planned with you.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy that you've agreed to work with the kids a little bit and,
no
and
problem.
maybe talk about your career with them and
Yeah.
mentor them.
For sure. Yeah. no
Ladies and
problem.
gentlemen, Danny Klalifa, Syrian American,
Yep.
and he goes to high school in Clinton. That's
Yeah, Morgan.
Morgan High School. And you'll be seeing him on upcoming episodes of Up to Something, and watch for him on the internet. And we're going to run the graphic of how to look him up on Reverb Nation. His music is amazing, and give it a chance and pass it on.
Thank you
Ladies
very
and gentlemen, Up to Something is a show that needs your support. So watch for the graphics that will run after this, and please try to get involved. We can use all the help we can get, and we have a great venue here. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you again on Up to Something.
Navigator, please be seated for takeoff.
Aloha e kumamai. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to be serving the island of Oahu. For your continued comfort and safety, we do ask that you remain in your seats. Your seatbelt securely fastened. Your carry-on luggage stowed to the aircraft is parked at the gate. We do hope if your future travel plans armed forces, we do thank you for your service, your sacrifice, your dedication, service to you. For those of you residing here in the Hawaiian Islands, we'd like to welcome you home. For those of you visiting, making any connections, have a safe and pleasant stay here or your final destination. Once again, mahalo nui loa for your choice of destination.
I left a country that literally 6 years raised me. Even though I was born in the States, but living in Syria changed me to a better man, wiser guy, grown enough to handle my life. But I wish that I died and walk outside the country that showed me light. ما بنسى لا كيف بدي انسى. Packing my bags, taking the plane, farewell, and leaving the friends that need me today. Memories kill me. موجوع بكل شارع في ذكرى على قولة متذكر لكيف معقول انسى. كنا تفرقنا دون ببلاد الغربة رحنا gone. Take me back, it wasn't my choice. Everywhere I go I can hear their voice. Friends, family, you هلا I'm left all alone. بس كله جديد من friends وحتى الcontacts on my phone. أنا غريب بيتي تغير ما في حدا قريب. كله جديد, the roads are different, rules change, living furious, working hard, paying bills. كله قالب serious. بدي بيتي القديم رجعوني كرهان أنا الجديد. That we would hang, chill around and laugh all day. One phone call would get us together, standing in the same place. Man, I don't want the car no more, neither the money or the fame. Take me back to a Thursday night رفقات كلنا مجتمعين. And Friday goes for the family, grandparents, aunts. حتى بالعيد أحلى سهرات أكبر حفلات. بس مين هون حاسس فيك؟ You're on your own now. Wake up, go to work and straight back home. Live on your own, study by yourself, spend your day on stocking shelves. Levels change, live routine. Once a prince and then he fades cold. كله بيلومك بيقولوا مبسوط نسيان رفقاته عنه المشغول. But it's really difficult, no one understand that it's much different. والله مقهور مجبور بالغربة بقيت لحالي مو مسكور. بس يلا راجع, I'll be back. Friends وأهلك don't be sad. I feel bad like I'm ashamed. Walk out the land that gave me fame. بس يلا راجع حتشوفوني حامل أغراضي لك استنوني. استقبلوني اشتقتلكن كتير على أرضي بلادي راجع.